So the new YouTube Creator Studio beta has an editor that works, but should you? My running joke has been that I always forget that the editor never works, and it's true, it doesn't, or at least it was true. Now the beta, it does work where you can trim out parts of your videos. There's lots of hacky YouTube channels that put out tutorials telling you how to do it, but none of them ask, should you? So just like any normal video editor, you can go into the Creator Studio and edit your video, but with the trim tool. You can't add transitions, and you can't add time, and you can't add clips to it that you have, but you can take things out. And the application of this is useful for a lot of reasons. For example, I have a video where I put in a gag, where I go in and I have a breakdown and I overlay it, and it might go on for twice as long as it probably should for that kind of timing joke. And I am going to want to edit it. Another use of a thing that I want to do is I have my Sword Art Online video, which is the second biggest video I've ever done. And a lot of people seem to break off from that right away. I put a lot of weird gags right in the front of it. Like, I love them. Like, Caleb Gallows is amazing, and I just love having those clips there. But if I trim them down a little, people will be more likely to stay and watch further in the video. My editing style has changed since I made that one. In fact, there's a lot of swearing in that video that I don't do on videos now. If I wanted, it would be ugly and jagged to just cut out each of those words, but I could cut out the frames where I swear, and I could go back and clean my entire back catalog of videos. But should I? The really cool thing about art and a deadline and getting things out there is once it's done, it's done. There's no more editing to do. There's no more work. There's no more regret. You throw it out there and then you see what people say and then you can move on. But with editing your old videos, you're stuck in the past, going to relive and seeing what you can trim down. What happens when an unsavory YouTuber trims down a YouTube video they made when they might have said a swear word, such as PewDiePie? What if he went back to his old videos and edited out those N-words? Well, that would be great running forward, but in the future, the state of news is such that people went to that video or sourced it as where PewDiePie said the N-word, be like, no, I didn't. It's not there. I didn't say it. He would be lying, but he could because there's no evidence and there's no way to watch an original of a YouTube video once it's been edited like that. A lot of times, I get in arguments with people on the internet, as people with the internet, like people on the internet do. Once in a while, someone will come up with a spelling correction instead of an argument. Whenever there's a spelling correction on any of my comments, I just, change it and ignore it because it doesn't matter. Spelling does not make an argument worse or better. And also, correcting spelling is not a counter-argument. So in a heated argument, someone only responded with the spelling correction. So I corrected the spelling in the comment. And then they called me an ass. And then they called me a name for doing it. This might go to the core of their argument, but me changing the words in the original comment made them a liar in their mind and was dirty in their mind. How dare I change the past? I change what has been said. I have gaslit them in their mind, which just keep up. Like this happens more often than not. I'll go back and I'll edit something or I'll write something and I want them to know that I'm working on a long, complicated thought. So I'll just put in what I've done, I'll edit and add more, and they'll respond to what I already put there. Why would you respond to an incomplete thought that I am having? Unless your argument is empty and therefore posturing. Twitter also kicked out this possibility that you would be able to edit your tweets later, which would be amazing for spelling errors, but also terrible because people tweet out a lot of horrible things. Of course, you can always delete and repost a comment, or as several white nationalists have done, where they tweet out the Nazi meme 1488 and then delete it away. Editing would be a similar thing. They could just edit it to something else. It's a great place for liars and trolls to do whatever they want. But I'm curious about the possible abuses that can come up, especially when changing videos, where all of a sudden a 50-minute video is now 20 minutes because they cut out a bunch of terrible things. Possible consequences of this could be people downloading more YouTube videos to save them, people screenshotting things that have happened and citing the source. It might even be taboo to edit a video at all, as it was with early Tumblr posts, where you used to be able to edit other people's words when you reblogged them. On your blog, you can go back and change their words there. It's not like you're destroying their post, or I never thought so, that you were destroying their post, because the original post still is there. It is very unlikely that you, a small person, will be reblogged by anyone, that your version of their blog will be reblogged more or be the one to go forward. But also, once someone has reblogged something that you've done, you can't edit what they reblogged. If you change your original, that doesn't change any copies of the original. The other side of this is copyright strike is a huge problem on YouTube. Has been for long enough where if there's a segment with a song or a segment with a clip from a movie, it flags the video and it can't collect ads. I've already tested on a few of my live streams that music that you play can be edited out, and once it's edited out and that chunk of the video is taken out, the copyright claim goes away. So this could be one way to fight the demonetization that's happened. It still isn't as good as if you were able to edit the video in your editor and re-upload it to the same file, thus keeping your comments and views. The downside to that is, what if someone uploads a completely different video and all of a sudden someone sees you comment complete agree to like a propaganda video from a German 1930s movie, and your comment of "I full-heartedly agree with that" is now changed. Of course, you can watch for that, but on the other end, we could always edit comments. Plus, does it say something else? That unlike editing comments, when you edit a video, you can only take things away, where you can only change it by destroying a portion of what you were in the past. It's rather symbolic of trying to kill something that you don't do now, like how my swearing is not in any of my modern videos, but my older videos is there. Can I go through and destroy them all? I can't hide, but I did that. If I edited out swearing and stops and ums and likes, there would just be holes in my video and I won't be able to hide those jump cuts, but I would make the audio better. It would be destroying potential watch time. It would be destroying the old video timer. It would be very weird. Another caveat is that it's only worked for me once. I tried to load it up 2 more times and it didn't work. So my thoughts on it is it's okay to edit your video and even improve it by killing those old parts of yourself. But you have to be careful when doing it that doesn't actually change the message of your video, because I feel like that is a betrayal of what was. And I think there's value in having older, crappier videos by YouTube people where you can see that this is how they grew. This is one thing Philip DeFranco does, where he keeps up all his old douchey videos where you can go back into his archives and see where he started and see him being a real scrub. You could see where he is now and how he's grown that, and that could be inspirational. It can also be kind of neat. But at the same time, if we delete our mistakes, do we also delete our growth or the show for growth? All of a sudden, everyone on YouTube is perfect and always was. Where is that entry? Where is that possibility for growth for personal people? You have to remind them that, oh, this was once crappy, but I made it better. So I think I am going to do those edits. I'll actually do a live stream tomorrow or Friday. You'll be able to, if it's after Friday, you can click the link to watch it, but I'll use the editor and I'll edit those 2 videos that I mentioned in the front to see if I can just make them a little bit better. And you can see how it works, though you probably already know how it works because it's not hard. So what do you think? Is there a downside to editing your video? And also, what's up with everyone telling me how to do it? Like, I don't know how to edit a video. It's not a hard video editor. It's not hard. Like, subscribe, comment, Patreon.